I'll go. Smooth fade. Mates and takes, movies. Let's go.
It's one of your better fades.
Thanks, bro.
Quality
And
fade.
I got a fade coming up tomorrow from Tim Pish.
I'm in desperate need of one of those. You probably can't tell.
Well, book a month ahead like me, bro.
I think I had a dream that he was like, no.
I had a dream I was with Chris Hemsworth.
Really, last night?
Yeah.
What were you guys doing?
We're at like a big party.
Was it like a good dream?
Nah, it turned really weird.
How so?
He was like a criminal somehow.
Shout out Thor.
Yeah.
Your last movie was fucking garbage.
The bro's got bigger issues.
Yeah, that's true.
Best movies today for this ep.
Yeah, welcome back to a pretty classic format. We're giving our best movies of all time. We're really excited. It's making me gassy. That's how excited I am.
Yeah. The whole crew's not impressed. I'm looking around the room. No one's impressed.
We've even got a guest judge who we'll introduce later on in the piece. Don't want to put him on the spot. But we're really excited to be here. And before we jump all the way into what we believe to be the greatest movies of all time, are you working with any criteria this week?
You know I'm not.
No.
You know I'm not working with any criteria, and I know you are. So let's hear it.
I'm sort of doing some rough stuff. As most weeks go, I have criteria, and then do I really even use it? If I'm going by like my 16-year-old standard who was getting out 8 movies for $6 at United Video, it would just have to have a sex scene in it, and that's about it.
Bring back coupons.
Fuck. Getting my
Okay, before we start, would you rather all your video game experience and knowledge, not knowledge, but like all your experience, so like your favorite video games or your favorite everything series movies be like mind wiped so you can play it or watch it again?
definitely movies and TV shows.
You reckon?
Yeah, because there's just more and there's better. Like deleting my history of video games, like better video games are coming out every year anyway. Better graphics, better gameplay. So I'm getting treated to stuff. Whereas movies, there's some absolute timeless classics that think about all the twists you get in movies and being able to relive that.
Yeah, true that. True that.
Yeah, I had bits and pieces. I suppose like the depth of characters.
No.
I think actually a big one for me is if it's an action movie, the practical special effects and CGI has to be done well. That's like a non-negotiable. I've been hearing a lot of stuff because The Flash just came out. DC thought, fuck it. Ezra Miller's cool with us. Let's just roll it out. And I've been hearing mixed reviews. One of the prevailing things, though, is it's actually better than people were expecting, but the CGI is laughable. And I'm like, sweet. No, I don't need to watch it.
Yeah.
I can't, like, that's just a non-negotiable. Not happening.
They got to be good or they got to be good for the time. So if it's an old movie.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I'm not going to score against something that is, like, has aged poorly, but you can see how excited I am. It is dope if it can be rewatched and it's an action movie.
Is that a Kaha hoodie?
It is, yeah.
I like that. That's nice.
Shout out Michael Kappa, bro. He just blessed me with it. I didn't even pay money for this. He just gave it to me.
Nice.
Good guy.
Yeah, good guy. I like
Actually, I want to bring in special judge guest Jack for a moment.
special guest judge.
However you want to frame it, because I just want to hear from him. Does he have any special criteria?
When you say special criteria, just my own or just generally for this?
I suppose, how are you going to decide? Like, you know, if I say the SpongeBob SquarePants movie and he says Sex and the City 2, like, how are you going to
So it's
figure?
obviously Sex and the City 2, though. That I feel like that's not a good comparison point because one is clearly better than the other.
Yeah, Carrie's back and she's with the girls.
Back and better than ever.
You're forgetting like the quotability of SS movie. I shouldn't abbreviate SpongeBob SquarePants.
SS.
That was a mistake.
No, I think the easiest answer is I don't have any major criteria here going into this. I honestly have no thoughts at all. Give me your best explanation as to why. And I feel like if you're going with vastly different genres, there's no real way to kind of make that comparison point. So just make your best argument that you can. And if you can, chuck me a nice quote. I like a quote.
Okay.
I'm as Pinterest white bitch. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Cool. Brilliant. I mean, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Lamdam, would you like to?
Yep, certainly. Okay, so my number three is Lord of the Rings, Two Towers. So, I mean, people know about this movie, and everyone in New Zealand knows about Lord of the Rings, but one of the, probably, I would say, one of the best, if not the best, movie fight scenes of all time. You'd have to agree on that. Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep changed the game.
Pretty, compared to the other movies, not too poorly paced. Number 3 is like way too long and pretty boring in a lot of parts. But you got the trio of like Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas rolling around, just doing shit. Yeah, I don't know. The only drawbacks I would say in that movie is that it's part of a trilogy. So you got to watch the first one to get the storyline. But yeah, I think it's got good effects, super good wardrobe and makeup, pretty good acting, like okay acting. And yeah, just all around quality fight scenes.
In terms of blockbusters, like it is one of the best to do it. I found it really interesting. I was looking on IMDb for some prep, and it's actually rated worse than both The Fellowship and The Return of the King, which I found bizarre because
that's not right.
I think it's my favorite out of the three. Also, like, Peter Jackson probably wasn't the first to do it, but when we're talking about like action scenes, the way he used music to build up and then to cut music all together as soon as the fight breaks out, I get goosebumps thinking about it. Like, that was crazy. I never experienced that, and to see it on the big screen.
I don't know what it's called, but you know the kind of real life effect of like making things seem bigger than they are through like cinematography. You know what I mean? Like camera shots and stuff like that. Super good at doing that sort of thing. Yeah, like one of the kind of, not last, but like one of like the true like blockbuster movies, you know what I mean? Like back in the day.
Back when like a movie would actually take over the world and like everyone would actually be interested in it. That doesn't happen anymore. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. No, I'm glad you had a Lord of the Rings movie. I think as Kiwis and like growing up when we did, those movies were like, you know, the biggest thing ever. Yep. I'll never forget King Kong came out. Also have fond memories of that. Definitely doesn't hold up as well as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But I'll never forget me and you were desperate to get the King Kong video game on Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
And we went into EB Games and we no shit traded in like 12 games for this one piece of shit King Kong game. And looking back, man, we fucked up.
When you go into EB Games and you're like taking like 25 games and 3 consoles and they're like, we can do 12 cent store credit.
They're like, do you want a magnet? Do you want a Super Mario magnet?
do you remember we went to EB Games? And I know, like, we went in there a lot as kids, you know. We were like just looking, we were browsing, we didn't always have money. We got chatting to this one guy, this one gentleman. He's probably like mid-30s. And we got chatting and he goes, yeah, I really like playing Sims. Yeah, Sims is one of my favorite games. And we're like, oh yeah, okay. He goes, yeah, I like putting him in the pool and then taking away the ladder. We were just like, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
I don't remember that specific interaction, but I remember like there being some pretty strange people rolling through. Like if you, as like a primary, intermediate, high school kid in EB Games, if you were rubbing shoulders with like adults in there, you're like, I got to get the fuck out of here. These EB game adults are weird. I used to want to get a job there so bad, bro, when I was in high school. I was like, I'm good as at video games. Let me in. They were like, nah. Yeah. Twin Towers.
Just the two towers. I always thought it was Twin Towers. It's just two towers.
Yeah, no, I was trying to mess you up. But you're good, bro. You're straight.
Yeah, 9/11, investigate that. What's your number 3?
The world is currently obsessed with superhero movies. That genre has a fucking full Nelson grip on the movie industry. So I thought I would, for my number 3, pick the gold standard of the superhero movie, which, in my opinion, is The Dark Knight.
Yo.
Christopher Nolan, masterpiece.
Straight up. That's that I didn't even think about that.
Heaps of reasons why I love this movie, and I think it deserves to be on this list. You want to think about like totally like reinventing how like you could tell a story with a superhero in it. Heath Ledger's role and how he completely changed like that character of the Joker, and like people were pissed off that he was in it, and he was just like full 180, did the meanest performance, and like wild that it was his last performance as well. And he put so much of himself into the character. You could argue like that, yeah, had a huge impact on what ended up happening.
I reckon like one of the first movies where people were just like, oh, okay, superhero movies aren't like a joke.
Like a dark, gritty.
Yeah.
Also like a post 9/11 sort of look at terrorism, which was like crazy. You got a soundtrack and pacing that like creates the most tense scenes possible. You have a brilliant twist where they kill off a character. Heaps of like practical special effects. So in terms of how it ages and how you rewatch the action, it actually holds up. It's
They actually built the Batmobile.
yeah.
That's sick.
The suit's practical. You like, you know, you look at the Iron Man suit in the Avengers movies and it's all CG, and it's like, how is he fitting into that fucking thing? Interesting that we both picked like the middle movie of like a huge blockbuster trilogy. But yeah, I think it came out the same year as Iron Man, and those two movies sort of ushered in like this huge superhero sort of movement. So I was like, shout out Dark Knight.
Yeah. One of the best, well, what a lot of people think is one of the best movie villains of all time. The Joker.
Well,
in that movie.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, damn, bro. That shit was cold as fuck. Like, everybody wanted that, like, Batmobile and shit. Oh, god damn.
Solid movie. Was so good to watch at the theaters. I remember I had like zero expectations for it. And a mate of mine at high school was like, yo, this is like the best movie I've ever seen. And then I went and saw it and I was like, ooh, okay. Let's see what you're talking about. I'm pretty happy with those two.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I was like wondering whether we'd have any overlap. It's definitely possible, but having heard...
You definitely didn't pick my number 2.
Oh, well, on that note...
Or my number 1.
Gizagork, what you got?
My number 2? Tarzan, the animated movie. 1999.
It's a good movie.
Good movie. Back when Disney still hand animated stuff, so all the animation's super smooth, like really nice backgrounds, all hand drawn and stuff like that. But probably the best thing about the movie is the soundtrack by Phil Collins. Bro, he did not have to go that hard on a Disney movie track, but he did. He went ultra hard. Like, bro, I still listen to some of those songs to this day.
I love that scene where the gorillas get into the camp and start banging on pots.
Okay, yeah. So one of the drawbacks is that it's a musical kind of movie. There's like songs in it. So, you know what I mean? If you're going to rewatch it as an adult, you're going to do some skipping. But,
Oh, come on. Musicals are cool.
yeah, all right.
You're just not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea anymore.
Yeah, fair.
Would have been singing along to those songs as a child. Pretty cool storyline, you know what I mean? Like one of the more interesting ones. That and Mulan are like my two Disney movies that I can still watch as an adult.
Yeah, Mulan is ultra solid.
Um,
Great characters.
but yeah, sick movie.
I feel like as a kid, when you watch a movie like Tarzan, you've thought about, oh, if I got lost in the jungle, like how would I sort of handle that business? And you watch Tarzan, you're like, I could do that. He also has like an insane build, just like an Olympic swimmer's build.
Bro, he like holds back his dad, who's like a full-grown silverback gorilla. It's just, and yeah, it's like it's a movie magic.
I wonder if you did power rankings of like the strongest Disney characters, and it would probably be pretty rough because there's a lot of fantasy, magical stuff.
Yeah,
but
anyone
like,
with magic would win.
I reckon humanoids though that are like sort of
Non-magic.
strict humans. Surely he's like near the
yeah,
top.
I would say so.
We're probably forgetting a few, but like he'd take down Mulan. That's one. Oh, do you reckon he could probably take Beast from Beauty and the Beast, right? Surely.
I don't know what his kind of.
Does Beast from Beauty and the Beast have any feats that we could tap into?
Probably.
Does he,
I don't want
does
to
he fight anyone?
I wouldn't get into this without doing my research.
Maybe we need to come
wouldn't
back
make
to
any
like a
claims.
Disney Power
Let us know
rankings.
if you want to hear the Disney Power Rankings episode, and I will do some serious research on that.
Yeah, like Big Hero 6 versus,
Oh yeah,
the genie.
Baymax versus it. Oh, well, Genie's like he's like got reality warping powers. You couldn't include him.
He's probably at the top.
Yeah,
Tarzan. Okay,
yeah.
it's solid. It's yeah,
Pretty sad as well, like a tear jerking movie. Like the like mother gorilla and like has her child that gets eaten by the jaguar, and then like
the start of it is
Yeah.
brutal.
yeah, sad as.
It like paved the way. Like the people that made Up saw that, was like, all right, let's go in.
Noted.
Let's do that times 10.
All right, what's your number 2, bro?
Wow, we're really in sync because my number 2 is an animated movie, and it is Spirited Away.
Ooh,
Studio Ghibli. Which that whole I'm not gonna try to pronounce the bro's name, but like his movies are incredible.
Yeah.
It's just a masterpiece. Like the whole everything about the movie is just like, it's like going to a spa resort for your eyes and your brain. You just strong female lead. You've got all these themes of like environmentalism.
Most of the movies have a female character in them.
Yeah. There's like a platonic relationship, which is rare, without too much romance coming in.
Mm.
Oh, we're getting some commentary.
I just have a quick question. When you're talking about Spirited Away, is it the dubbed or the subbed version?
Oh, I've only ever watched the dub. Is that an issue?
Yes. They're two very different viewing experiences.
Oh. Is there like,
I
does the
think
dialogue change quite a lot?
Yeah, I think a lot of the emotion is actually lost, and you're not feeling that guttural reaction that you get from the original.
Oh.
So even though you're
That's why I
saying
always watch sub.
how much you're taking away from the subbed version, try the dubbed version. Try watching the subbed version. It's insane. It is a whole different experience.
All right. I know what I'm doing tonight.
Gohan turning Super Saiyan 2. Watch that in sub.
Yeah, those dudes have way higher voices than we were prepared for as children.
Howl's Moving Castle. That's
Yeah.
another header. And Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, like those were such. You're talking about stacking up DVDs at the video store. You just like
Again, bro, that just getting back to the same thing as Tarzan. All hand-drawn, hand-painted animations.
beautiful.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, it's number 2. Spirited Away.
Character design in there, like originality, is just crazy. His own unique style of, you know what I mean?
And it's like disturbing and weird and beautiful. Like when her parents turn into pigs, I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't see that coming.
yeah. Hundo, bro. 100p.
That dragon as well. Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spirited Away. I don't need to go too much further in. I think that's the best animated movie of all time. So it's better than Tarzan.
Okay.
No,
That's
sorry.
your opinion.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, sorry, that was unnecessary.
Yeah, it's fucked actually.
Well, we're really in sync. I wonder if we have like the same genre number one.
Maybe.
I reckon we've got the same number one.
You think we got the same number one?
Well, what's your number one?
American Gangster.
We don't.
Denzel, Russell Crowe. I mean, the acting in the movie is phenomenal. Denzel's just such a cool, handsome character. And I mean, I just personally relate to the story so much. About just wanting to be like a drug dealer and just like getting rich off it. And just, I was just born in the wrong era. If I just was.
You can still be a drug dealer if you.
No, it's not as easy anymore. It's not as easy anymore.
Can I keep it a buck with you?
You can keep it a buck.
I haven't seen the movie.
Not surprised.
Explain.
You don't know as much good shit as me. Just generally. No, that's cool. That's chill. You can go watch it, bro. It's on Netflix, I think.
It's definitely one of those movies I've been meaning to see. Actually, I should definitely watch it.
I'll give you a quick blurb. So the bro is like a lieutenant for like a gangster in New York. His boss passes away from natural causes. He then steps up and kind of like takes over his organization. But he goes, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a change, make a difference. The Vietnam War's going on. He goes to Vietnam, talks to the Viet Cong, so like the leader of the opposition, is like, yo, I want to get like straight heroin from you, like the good shit, like not cut up, like straight pure from the source. He then, I won't ruin the twist, has his own special way of getting it back to America without getting caught. And so he's just got like the best drugs and can just sell it for the best prices, undercutting everyone. And that's how he gets like stupidly rich. Frank Lucas, based off a real character.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Dope.
Super interesting real guy in real life. Like could have got signed to the Chicago Bulls. Got offers, but was already like showing up to practice in a Rolls Royce, like didn't need the money.
What year was it?
Like the 60s or 70s, whenever Vietnam was going on. I think Vietnam War was like 12 years long. Like it was an extremely long war, but it was like 60 to 70 something.
I was going to say back in like the 70s, 80s, teams like the Chicago Bulls that weren't very good, they were all like notorious for doing a bunch of coke all the time. Like after the game,
Sick.
it was just fucking nutty.
Yeah.
Bros smoking cigarettes at halftime. Imagine that.
Their like their pre-meal game was like cigarettes and a steak. Like
Just like instead of Gatorade, it was just rum,
yeah.
whiskey.
What's your number one, bro?
My number one movie of all time is Saving Private Ryan. War movie.
Okay.
I was trying to think of like, I suppose when I was evaluating different genres, I came across the war movie genre. And I considered how like war is probably the most significant like concept in terms of human history and like the impact it has and the emotion it causes in terms of, I mean, I don't need to explain that, but I thought Saving Private Ryan is like the best war movie because it does the best job of portraying war. You like the opening scene is like the most savage shit. It's so visceral, it's so intense. It still holds up as well. Anytime I blow off the VHS tape recorded from TV3 in like 2001. Yeah, it's crazy. It's got it's got a great cast. You got Tom Hanks, Matt Damon, Vin Diesel is in it.
Vin Diesel.
Brilliant story in terms of like the movie itself. Like I mentioned, amazing opening scene, but then like such a strong closing scene as well. Yeah, I just like it's the greatest war movie of all time, and it just should be. Steven Spielberg, it's just strong.
Have you seen some of the Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel's character from Fast and Furious is like power scaling and feats from the movies? Is like it gets progressively like more ridiculous.
Just from stuff he's done.
Stuff he's done in the movies, like he's like the world's greatest detective. Like he can perfectly put together a crime scene while like just standing there, like visualizing everything. Like cars like smash against the mountains, and he just gets out like his t-shirt's not even like ruined or anything. Like he's
Like how Superman has like this veil,
just
just this like.
bro, he's chronic. But yeah, I fully agree. It's Saving Private Ryan is praised as one of the first movies to actually show a realistic portrayal of what it's like at Normandy or whatever, wherever they touch down.
That's probably true. I would say there's been like really solid war movies before it. Like you think about like Platoon and Full Metal Jacket, and there's plenty of like much older ones. I think also like it's hard to disconnect like what we consider the best movies and like our personal favorites. It's just like impossible. And I'll never forget watching Saving Private Ryan as like a 9-year-old and the like intense impact it had on me. Like I've never felt that about any other movie where like it almost felt like I was watching people die properly. And when a character got stabbed in the movie, I thought like my friend had died, you know. It was so intense.
Some intense moments in that movie, like
Just slowly but surely, the whole cast of characters dies
yeah,
through all these different ways.
yeah,
Sniper,
the bro.
stray shot, just knife to the chest cavity.
Oof.
Oh, one dude gets blown up in that sniper tower by a tank.
That's right. Yeah.
It's also probably our dad's favorite movie. So there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we just quickly, before we invite Jack in to give his judgment, some honorable mentions? Particularly, I reckon, animated movies. I was thinking Toy Story, Fantastic Mr. Fox,
Yep.
Shrek 2. Have you seen Shrek 2 recently?
Yeah. Yes.
Fuck, man, it's so good.
The SpongeBob movie.
Yeah, SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Simpsons movie's pretty good.
Yeah. Any TV show that went and did the major motion picture and pulled it off is kind of crazy because you would need to have a huge amount of momentum to want to pull that off anyway. Like your TV show is probably like super popular or has had a decent run.
Star Wars prequels. I don't really give a fuck what anybody says. I love the Star Wars prequels.
Shout out that pod race, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
And like Darth Maul is a brilliant character.
Shout out to Anakin for like his whole thing is that like he just wants to like have a missus while he's like a Jedi, and it's like the whole movie could have just been solved by like being just like, just don't be a Jedi then. Just go be with your missus. But he's like, nah, I want to do both.
Have you read much of the Darth Vader comics?
Yes, sir.
They're good, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Jeremy Devoy. He put me on.
Oh, shout out this is off topic, this is not a movie, but the Cartoon Network Star Wars series, real good. First one, not the...
even the Clone Wars is supposed to be brilliant.
It's all good. I've seen it, but that other one's better. The original Clone Wars one.
Samurai Jack animation.
Yes. The like more 2D.
It is good.
Animation.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Unmute the boy Jack and let's hear what he has to say.
And by the way, do you remember this one, bro, in primary school? Pulling this one on.
Give it to them.
Pulling this one on motherfuckers and be like, nah, it's not the right one. You can't tell.
-1 point. Yeah.
Were you shooting that one at Steen just now?
No, I wasn't, and
Okay.
I would never.
Okay.
Steen, I love you. Let's go.
Hello again.
Hey.
Okay. I'm just gonna go. No?
Do it how you want to do it.
All right. First off, you made the right choice with Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, best film of the trilogy. beats all the Hobbit films out by no one's argument.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Though I feel like with The Dark Knight, it created a whole auteur genre
Yeah.
for Christopher Nolan, and he creates magic with that movie. It is.
He did.
But I'm a Kiwi at heart, so I'm going to go Lord of the Rings.
You fucking dog.
Oh, let's go.
I can't not, you know, like it is just, it's a blockbuster. Come on, guys, come on. You can't judge me harshly for that one.
No, listen, that's what I said. Growing up Kiwi, you have a special.
You've got to have it. If you don't, then
That's just mana, you know. What are we talking about?
Straight up.
and that's always what I say. Mana is Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers, directed by Peter Jackson. All right, well, the second one, Tarzan, solid, great choice.
Yeah.
Spirited Away, though I was a little upset because you started saying Spirit and I thought you were talking about the horse movie and I got a little too excited. I was like, yeah, that fucking movie, right? And then you said Spirit Away. I was like, oh yeah, nah, fair enough, but like Spirit. But yeah, so I just needed to make that little side note.
Is that the one where he gets transformed into a horse?
No, what? No. Are you mixing that with Brother Bear?
I must be.
Spirit is the one where they try to break his spirit because he's a stallion.
Oh, so he's just already a horse at the start.
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
movie.
He's
He's been
not-
a horse, bro.
Yeah,
He's been a
yeah,
horse.
all right. Just guys, I'm just figuring out the concept of the movie. Yep.
So that's going to Spirited Away for that one.
Yeah,
I like
fair,
that
fair.
one.
It's-
It's a solid call. Not his best film, but it is a fantastic animated film.
What
And
is your favorite by him?
my favorite by him? Is Howl's Moving Castle. Howl's Moving Castle. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a heater.
There's sort of no wrong answers, I think.
No,
when it
I feel
comes
like any answer is a solid answer, and I'll respect anyone except anyone that says Ariete because that was crap.
Yep.
And I stand by that.
Oh, also I love Porco Rosso. That's a cool ass movie.
It's super
Just the whole Italian aesthetic and like flying over the seas and stuff. So beautiful.
Yeah.
And then your finals, the number ones.
Comes down to
Big
this.
one. I'm gonna go out and say I've seen Saving Private Ryan once, and it was a long time ago. And I've seen American Gangster once, and it was a long time ago.
Ooh.
So you're on an equal playing field.
Okay.
Both films are solid choices. American Gangster as a biopic as well, fantastic, fascinating person. To correct you before, it takes place in the 1970s into the 1980s,
Okay. There we go.
and he got sentenced to 70 years in prison. Pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Spoilers, damn. Haven't seen it.
Oh, well, God forbid.
No, just
You don't have to watch it out. You know what happens. And Saving Private Ryan, just a solid film.
Yeah.
Overall, it's one of those ones that I feel like makes a lot of people's lists for top films of all time. However, one key feature you both forgot is American Gangster has a Kiwi in it. So it's going to American Gangster. Russell Crowe, the bro, is 164th Māori.
I thought he was Australian.
He is a Kiwi. At his core, his family are Māori.
Oh.
Really?
There you go. There's a bit of knowledge for you guys today.
Damn.
Just a dumb fact. So it is going to go to American Psycho today. Just, got to hold it out for my people. And I don't have a bias.
Motherfucker's Gladiator as well, you know?
He is.
Nah, fair enough. I see the connection.
I don't know. Do I have to pick an overall winner?
No,
You just did.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's just best of three.
2 out of 3, you know?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
I need to go watch American Gangster.
Yeah, you do.
Oh. Let me just. Okay. We've had a response to our anime bonanza on Spotify. It's from Izzy Wright, and they say 10 out of 10.
Sweet. Thank you very much, Izzy Wright.
That's wicked. We've been recently we've been having a lot more sort of engagement online, and it's been really positive and cool. And it's probably just because we did anime stuff, and people love anime. So if that's the case, we'll just completely rebrand. I don't care. Weebaholics.
Catch us at Armageddon this year.
Ooh, it's just Ben. You'd know that if you were tapped in, bro.
I'm too tapped into my actual shows. I will never leave my house or my room.
Well, we're glad you made it here.
Okay.
Thanks so much for joining us, and thanks, Jack, for judging.
No worries. Anytime.
And congratulations.
Shop all up.
You don't even care. Yeah.